Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. In the city, you must fight to survive. He sold tortillas on the corner. Wanted in. I don't know who this guy is, but I want him and his tortillas. Dad! He had one chance, and his chance was to fight back. Arnold Schwarzenegger, listen to me. These are my tortillas, and I'm not going to give them up here. You have to get out. All right, that's enough of that. Hopefully you guys can hear me and my fantastic voice. All right, let me switch cameras here. D webcam. Now you can see my drawing. So I've been working more on this Chameleon drawing and also on the movie preview guy voice. I think I'm getting pretty good. Let's see. Got to do some junk to make sure I can read your guys' comments as usual. YouTube. And we go to my other account. And we go to pin setter. Pin setter 1991. Slightly psychopathic. Okay. Copy and paste. Some junk. One person watching. Hey, how's it going? And 2 thumbs up. Perfect. 2 enthusiastic thumbs up. All right. We need to go to here. I'll make this more interesting. Screen share. You guys can watch what I'm doing. Desktop. It's going to be like Inception kind of stuff. We got to go to Hangout Toolbox. And we got to add that source. Now I can see your guys' comments over here. Okay. Back to that. There we go. Okay. I think we're good to go. So as you can see, made some progress on Mr. Chameleon drawing. And what I'm mostly doing, I think I'm pretty much completely done with paint. I'm just using Prismacolor colored pencils at the moment. I'll probably end up having to add more paint to the tail because it's pretty white, and that'll leave a lot of work if I don't add some paint in there. So yeah, I'll probably end up adding a little bit more paint. But at the moment, I'm doing the most tedious, annoying part of the entire drawing, which is the scales. And you guys watching through the webcam, here I'll show you what the setup is like. Settings. We'll switch to FaceTime webcam. Hello. All right, so I've got my camera here, my Canon that records everything in HD, and then you guys are back here, this little webcam. So the webcam quality isn't as good as the Canon quality, of course, but it's something. But I don't know how well you guys will actually be able to see the little scales and everything that I'm drawing right now, but whatever. All right, we'll switch back to that webcam. Hit save. Okay. So maybe I could get it closer. Yeah. No, that's not going to happen. I'm using apple green Prismacolor. I need to sharpen it though. Get it nice and sharp. We're going to go in and draw some scales. I need my reference image. Make life easier. Okay. So I watched the new episode of The Walking Dead on Sunday because I love The Walking Dead. I love zombies altogether. Zombies are just awesome. And if you don't think they're awesome, then you're entitled to your opinion. I don't care. But I think they're awesome. And very entertaining episode. That's the majority of the feedback I've heard too. They didn't really like drag it on super long. Because that's what I thought they were going to do. Like, they spent so much time in every season so far. They've had like pretty much one location. They're either on the farm the whole season or in the prison the whole season. And I was thinking, man, this season's probably going to be just like the others. Like, they're stuck in one spot the entire time. But they actually got right out of the place they were at. And, well, I won't spoil anything. But let's just put it this way. It's moving right along faster than I thought it would. But that's a good thing. I'm happy with that. I'm pretty happy with this drawing too. I think it's coming along pretty nicely. Scales are freaking nightmare to draw though. Man. Pain in the butt. Oh, who is texting me already? Yeah, blah blah. Leave me alone. I don't care. I love these Prismacolor colored pencils. Most artists would agree that they're pretty much some of the best. They're very, very nice. Super vibrant. Because you can see like the spots that I've just painted. This is just watercolor and it's nice. But when you go in like on his head, up here along his back is where I've added in most of the Prismacolor colored pencil. It's just a lot more vibrant. Fun stuff. Very fun. The main colors I've been using are the orange. I have a whole set of them, and I don't know how many colors it came with. Probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 24. Yeah, I like 24 colors in there. But the main ones I've been using is have been apple green, the canary yellow, violet blue, and crimson red. So it's working out pretty good. Colored pencils are a little bit weird though, because you have to blend them a certain way. To get them to work well together, you have to like layer the colors. So you put down a base color, and then as you add more colors to it, they start to blend together nicely. But it takes it takes some practice. It's kind of weird getting used to how they blend. I heard there's actually some kind of tool that you can use to blend these things. I don't know what it is though. A friend of mine was telling me about it, but I didn't look into it. Kind of like how blending stumps or tortillons will blend charcoal, you can get some kind of tool that will blend colored pencils, apparently. I don't know what it is or how it works, but that's what I've heard. But basically, what I'm doing is drawing a bunch of circles in here and then going over them with different shades of color to kind of blend them together a little bit. And that's given me a scale kind of look. Maybe I can zoom in and show you guys. Let's see what happens. It'll probably get all pixelated and crappy, but let's see here. Advanced settings. Brightness, contrast, color, intensity. Here we go. I think that's the furthest I can zoom. Oh, my dogs are barking at something. My dad's home. All right. That's not too bad. It's still crappy quality. I need a better webcam, guys. I don't even know if a better webcam would make a difference. But the colors are way off. Maybe if I mess with contrast and stuff. Ooh. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Good enough. So you can kind of see these little circles. You can mainly just see them up at the top, but they're actually going all the way along and on his face, all the way across. Let's see if we can fix this at all. Sort of. Good enough. But yeah, making some progress, definitely. This is definitely the slowest part, though. This is a long and slow process, adding in all these stinking scales that he's got. I was talking to my friend in English class yesterday about The Walking Dead. She doesn't watch it. She's into some other show called American Horror Story, which I've never watched before. She says it's good, but I don't know. I'll have to check it out. Maybe it's on Facebook. I have no idea. I mean, Netflix. Main stuff I watch on Netflix is uh, Sons of Anarchy is pretty good, and Prison Break. I was really into it, except the first season was the good one. The second season was all right. Hey, people are commenting. Hi, super interweb nerd. And Delequan. Dalequan. He says, yep. Yep. Probably to something I was saying. I don't know. That's the problem with delayed comments. Well, there's a delay. You guys probably already know. Everything I say, you guys hear it like a minute or two later. So that's kind of annoying. Adding more scales. There's actually a really good tutorial on how to do scales that Mark Crilly made. He's another YouTuber who's really popular. Probably the most popular art channel on YouTube is Mark Crilly. And he did an awesome tutorial on scales. He did like a lizard eye. And I was like, dang, turned out really good. I'm basically applying the exact same principle. You just drawing in little circles and shading as you go and whatnot. Oh, are you ever going to draw a Pokemon drawing or a forest? Um, I don't know. Pokemon. I used to have Pokemon back when, geez, how old was I? I must have been 9 or 10. I was kind of into it, collected cards and whatnot, and then they all disappeared. I don't know where they went. I think I remember the first cool card I got was a Bulbasaur holographic, something like that, and it was cool. Anyways, Pokemon, I don't know. I haven't done much anime type drawing or manga. I haven't gotten into it. And I know it's super popular and I've thought about it a lot. The only actual manga type stuff I've ever drawn was one really simple drawing I did of what's it called? The fourth Hokage, or I don't remember. You probably know what I'm talking about. That one show, you know, the anime one where they fly around and stuff. I didn't actually watch it. It was just a request. Somebody asked me to draw it and I went for it. And it's on my YouTube channel somewhere, but that's the only thing I've really done anime wise. I didn't really get into it. I like trying to draw like realistic stuff. That's really kind of what I'm like leaning towards, is realism. I try and make things look like they're, you know, what I want is like photographic material. Like, wow, that looks like a photograph. Like, very realistic. That's what I try to go for. And it's difficult and it takes a lot of practice, and I'm not quite there yet, but that's what I find, you know, really fun. But then again, I change my drawing styles every once in a while. Um, kind of change things up. Like this, for example, I've never done anything like the Chameleon. Um, but still, I am kind of going for a realistic Chameleon here, trying to make it look as real as I can. So, but yeah, I'll probably end up drawing Pokemon eventually, and Forest Not sure. Actually, somebody sent me a picture through my Facebook account of some trees that they want me to try drawing or make a tutorial out of, show how to draw these trees, which I'm down. That sounds like fun. So I'll probably end up doing that as my next drawing because that would be helpful to people. Because drawing trees, yeah, it's kind of difficult sometimes depending on what kind of trees they are. So I'm listening to a new audiobook. Primacolor colorless blending pencil. Hey, there you go. That's got to be the one. That's cool. All right, good. Might have to get me one of those because the way I'm doing it right now is I have to use, just another color because these Prismacolors, they blend together well with other Prismacolors. When I try to draw anything like directly onto the watercolor, it doesn't go on that smoothly. It's kind of chunky looking. But when I start adding more layers and more layers of the Prismacolor, that's when it really starts to smooth out and look nicely blended. There's a few spots that I still don't like because they didn't blend very well. I just need to keep adding some layers. It's going to take a while, but yeah, that's cool. Colorless. I wonder what it looks like. That's interesting. I'll have to look that up. It's probably just kind of like white or something, but that'll work. I heard about it a couple years back when I was taking I think it was just a drawing class at my college. Somebody was telling me about it. This one girl that was really into colored pencils was telling me about it. I was like, that sounds cool. For the forest, though, yeah, I should definitely draw a new forest. I have one forest video up, one forest drawing, but that was the second video I ever made. That was back when I was like 16. I think I could do a better forest by now. Definitely. Back when I first uploaded, I was like, dang, this looks awesome. But now looking back at it, I'm like, it's not so good. I could do better. I'm also using some of this light cerulean blue. Yeah, whatever. I don't know if that's French or what, but it's working out pretty nicely. Add some of that in there. Some white. I'm going to need a new white pretty soon. This is getting pretty short. I'd probably use it more than any of the others because it helps with blending everything together. I wonder if they just, I'm sure you could just get a white. I'll have to go to Michael's or somewhere. And I think that's where I bought these, was Michael's Arts and Crafts store. That's the one closest to my house. I'll have to see if they have any just single pencils. I don't know if you could just buy one. Might have to buy a whole pack or find it online. That's probably the easiest way to go. I'm thinking I'm probably going to go in with some more paint, some white paint, to really lighten up some of the highlights that I want. And I'm not sure if I'll just use watercolor white paint or switch to something else like gouache. That might work better, but either way, I don't have any gouache at the moment though, so I'd have to go get some. Gouache would probably be best, because if I start adding more watercolor, it might mix in too much. I'll just avoid putting too much water in it, I guess. But where's my reference image at? There we go. Let's see, what do we need here? I think we need some more yellow. Sharpen this guy. Have you guys watched any of those epic rap battles of history videos on YouTube? Because I've got one of those stuck in my head. It's freaking hilarious. Epic rap battles of history. I watched the one with, it's Sir Isaac Newton versus uh what's his name? Bill Nye, the science guy. Oh man. It's been going through my head for like 2 days straight. It's just super catchy tune. Stuff's funny. The other thing I've been listening to, I think I started to talk about this a minute ago. I downloaded an audiobook um, that I listened to while I was drawing the first half of this guy, and it's called Metro 2033. I don't know if you guys have heard of that one, but it's so far it's really, really good. That's one thing that really helps me relax while I'm drawing is listening to audiobooks. It's awesome. But it's about like it's based in Russia in the future, the year 2033, I'm assuming. Um, and basically, the world has destroyed itself with nuclear warfare, something along those lines. I've just gotten through like the first chapter and a half, but basically they're living underground in the metro station, like the subway station, because up top is all just pure radiation, and there's these creatures that have evolved from the radiation, like three-legged monsters and all kinds of stuff. So they're all living underground, constantly on patrol to keep these monsters up top. And it's really interesting. And I know they made a video game out of it. It's just called Metro, I think. But I never played it, but it's a cool concept. Interesting concept. It's probably something that could totally happen too. All right. Making a little bit of progress. Hang on just a second, guys. Okay, I'm back. Parents brought me some food. Sweet. I'm not that hungry at the moment, but anyways, what was I talking about? Metro. Yeah. Interesting book so far. I'm only into like second chapter, but very cool. I'm liking it. I also found a new band a buddy of mine told me about Sunday afternoon, and I've been listening to them. Let me see, what were they called? Um, Hosier or Hosier. Hozier. That's the guy's last name. And it's some very good music, actually. It almost sounds like old school. What would you even classify it as? I don't know, kind of like African American, kind of old school music, like you'd expect it. It kind of sounds like the 40s kind of music, like old, but it's super catchy and very nicely harmonized. I've been listening to that a little bit on Pandora. That's one of the best things to do while you're drawing, especially stuff like this, the super tedious stuff, like scales. Is freaking. I spent hours drawing this, and I'm still like not even halfway done. So it's good to listen to some decent music while you're drawing. Music or audiobooks. That's the way to go. I listened to the Hunger Games audiobooks while I was drawing. I listened to, what was that other one? Um, the Da Vinci Code. That was a pretty good book. So that really helps you like get into the zone, the drawing zone. So I don't think I'm gonna actually finish this drawing tonight because, as you can see, it takes a lot of work to do these little scales. But I wanted to show you guys the progress that I'm making, at least, so you guys can see. Once I make the HD video, it'll be a lot more interesting for you guys. I think I came up with the official time that I will like definitely be online for these shows. I think it's going to be every Friday night at 6 o'clock. That's Pacific time. I'll still probably pop on randomly like I am right now, but you guys can pretty much count on me to be online Fridays at 6, as long as nothing comes up. I need a way to like let you guys know if I'm not going to be on, but I should be on Fridays at 6. I don't know. I actually have a Twitter account, Pinsetter1991. I made it years ago, but I don't use Twitter. I made it just in case. I'm like, I should make a Pinsetter Twitter account before like somebody else takes the name or whatever, which happens. The name Pinsetter was already taken on YouTube when I made the account. What, like almost 8-9 years ago. So I had to make it Pinsetter 1991. So I knew Twitter was getting like pretty popular. I was like, I better make a Twitter account. I haven't really like started using it yet though. But maybe that's how I'll do it. I can tweet to you guys, let you know if I'm going to be doing a live show or if I'm not going to be doing a live show. That could work. It's every like 5 minutes. I gotta get out of my seat, take a few steps back, and just like look at it all from a distance. That's one of the biggest habits that I have. It's I constantly do. Like, all right, what is this looking like? I gotta stand up, look at it from a little bit of a distance, make sure it's turning out the way I want it to. A lot of times when I'm really like really getting into a drawing, one of the reasons I know I'm really getting into it is I won't even sit down while I'm doing the drawing. I'll just be standing. The chair is like right behind me, but I'm still standing up because I don't know. It's easier for me to keep stepping away and looking at it as a composition, just the entire thing. Step back and look at it to make sure the darks and lights are right and everything's blending together good and there aren't any like major things that don't look good. And if there are, I can go in and correct them really quick. How long have I been going? 45, 47 minutes. I think I'm gonna end it here pretty soon, guys. Try not to make these videos too long because at this point it's pretty dang repetitive. I just kind of wanted to give you an update on what's going on with this chameleon drawing. But this is kind of like the boring part. It takes a long time. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The HD version will be out pretty soon, hopefully. I'm planning on probably finishing this hopefully by tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday too, huh? So I'll probably do another live show tomorrow at 6 because that's what I'm trying to do. So tune back in tomorrow, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern, no, Pacific time. That'd be like 9 o'clock Eastern. Kind of late for you guys. Sorry about that. I hope you enjoyed this. Keep an eye out, and I will talk to you guys later. Adios.